Today's April 8th, 2025. My name is Nick Rich, and in today's forecast, we will discuss a low pressure system that will bring some rain and possibly snow to parts of the eastern seaboard later this week, along with a cold air blast from Canada that will lower temperatures to below average throughout the entire East Coast. And with that, let's get into the forecast. On your screen now is just the current radar. So, uh, pretty clear throughout most of the East Coast. There's some showers up in the Northeast around New York, New Hampshire, and Connecticut areas. And then down in Florida, we had this line of showers and a little bit of heavy rain move out overnight. But then this one right here is going to move through, entering around Cape Coral area this morning into this afternoon. So if you're in Florida, just beware that there's going to be some rain. If you're in southern Florida, just check the local forecasts for yourself. And then moving on to current or future radar, I should say. As we can see, all these storms from the past day, yesterday, and the day before that have moved out. We still see some remnants of snow in the northeast. And then obviously down south around west of Florida, we can still see that rain, which is going to move over into Florida. So as we play our future radar, we can see a low pressure system form that can bring some snow and some rain, possibly some heavy rain to parts of the East Coast. Snow is going to mainly be in the New York area. And this low pressure system could bring some pretty heavy rain, possibly thunderstorms later this week. This is a afternoon on Friday. And then that could also bring some snow to parts of the Northeast, even as far south as North Carolina. And you see this little strand of possible snow all the way through West Virginia, Virginia to North Carolina. And that moves out, and we're relatively clear, some showers here and there, nothing major until we get another low pressure system that could bring some thunderstorms, heavy rain, and just normal showers to a large part of the East Coast. Possibly some snow towards the tail end of it, and as another low pressure system forms. And with that, we'll stop looking at the future radar because this is well in the future, so it's not as accurate. Like I said in the intro, we are going to be experiencing a cold air blast that is coming down from Canada. And we have already experiencing most of that. Some parts of Florida are still above average, but majority of the U.S. is already experiencing this cold air blast. So as you can see, the main part of it, right here, the main part kind of moves through the northeast, the coldest part at least, but effects will still be felt in Florida, as you can see, all the way in the blue. And we'll get another round of that colder temperatures will affect North Carolina and southbound, like around South Carolina, Georgia, some parts of Florida, but Florida's going to remain mostly warm. And then we get a warm air blast. Oops, sorry. Then we get a warm air blast. This is April 15th, the morning of April 15th. And most states on the East Coast are going to be, well, all of them are going to be average or above average. Varying in temperatures, maybe just a few degrees above average, like 3, or as high as like 10 to 15 degrees above average. And then after that, we're going to experience some, depending on where you are, slightly above average, slightly below average temperatures. And we'll see another cold air blast move in towards the 22nd of April-ish, around the 20th of April. And then that will promptly move out to the Atlantic Ocean, followed by warm air. With that, let's get your exact temperatures for the next 10 days. Today, we're looking at 70, or here, this afternoon, we're going to be looking at possibly 80s for around Miami, Florida, and Cape Coral. And then 70s stretch all the way around Florida to the Big Bend, 60s you're gonna experience 60s if you're in like Georgia, South Carolina area and west of that. And then you'll get into some 50s if you're in Southern Virginia, North Carolina, um, and then if you're in like Maryland, Pennsylvania, West Virginia, Delaware, New Jersey area, you're going to experience 40s to high 40s to low 50s, depending on where you are. Then everywhere north of that, um, for the most part, you're going to experience 30s, unless you're in New York. In that case, you can experience low 20s to high or mid high 20s. Then moving on, for most of the state, sorry, um, pretty tame, just like today. It's going to be because we're already experiencing much of that cold blast. So we're going to maintain those kind of temperatures during the day. Here, is there a way I can? 8 a.m., 2 p.m., 2 p.m. Okay, sorry. I was just experimenting with something. So as we go through the afternoons on these 70s, we can see some 70s as high as um, North Carolina, all the way down to Florida, as we can see some mid 80s possibly. This is April 10th, so this is Thursday afternoon. And then Friday afternoon, or this is Saturday afternoon. Same thing, and we'll just experience this throughout the next 10 days pretty much. High 70s, low 80s from North Carolina down, possibly, and then 40s, 50s from Maryland to like Virginia area, northern North Carolina, and then like 30s, 40s from Maine all the way down to Pennsylvania. And the last thing I want to show you on models wise is the wind. We can experience some winds, possible gusts or sustained winds around 16 to 30 miles an hour throughout most of the East Coast. But then, as you can see, this kind of storm right, or this, you can see pockets of wind that could reach 45 miles an hour. And then throughout this storm right here could bring winds as high as 60 miles an hour. So we'll look at that as it gets closer. Other than that, we're just maintaining some steady gusts of winds, pretty usual. And last thing I wanted to show you is the SPC outlook for this is today. As you can see in Florida, there is that risk of thunderstorms that the SPC has issued. And then this is for Thursday. Some of the East Coast, like North Carolina, South Carolina, parts of Georgia are in a thunderstorm risk. Very northeast western Georgia is in a marginal risk for thunderstorms or severe weather. So with that, that concludes today's forecast. Thank you for watching, and hopefully I'll see you tomorrow.